Welcome to Gainesville's Ben Hill Griffin Stadium as we conclude week 1 of season 8 here in the CFSL between the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Florida Gators. In the booth with me tonight is Matt Pack as we will wrap things up for you. Matt, what do you expect to see in this one?
Well, we've got two, kind of feel-good stories from last year. Florida started off really, really well, kind of tapered off towards the end. Nebraska ended the season really well. Both looking to put a whole season together here.
And Nebraska is going to start with the ball, and it will be down in the end zone. So they're going to start at their own 25-yard line as Trent Stellers didn't want to take it out, and we'll get to see Scott Fountain and company getting started. Fountain was a candidate for Offensive Player of the Year in his freshman campaign. We'll see what he's got here. He's got a new number, and he's got a new target. Well, actually an old target, Andrew Schiffer, that he completes for the first down.
That's a nice, just quick throw to Schiffer there. He picks up the first. Nice start for Nebraska.
So first down on the first play. Now they're going to come out in the pistol formation with 3 wide. And they're going to hand it off straight up the middle, but bottled up and wrestled down by Wyatt King is Casey Bronco after a short gain.
Well, Bronco does a good job trying to fight for yards there, but this Florida defensive line just gets through to him before he can get very much at all.
2nd and 8, they'll go to Bronco again, trying to go to the outside, but he gets met and wrapped up. And taking down Wyatt King in there. Again, J.R. Kemp, the first man in. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
Well, Bronco running hard, but this Florida Gator defense right now is sitting on that run. They got to the edge quickly there on that power.
Fountain pass here on 3rd and 6. Going to go over to the right. Wide open receiver out there, Bradley Rehnquist. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Big play there for the Huskers.
The throw there by Fountain is what impresses me. I mean, it's a bullet, gets it right there on the out route, and then Rehnquist just cuts it upfield. Florida way out of position on that, has to run him down at the 10-yard line.
So 1 minute into this game, and Nebraska already down to the 10-yard line. They'll come out here in the I formation, 3 tight ends to the left. They're going to run it that way. Casey Bronco gets tripped up, and down he goes, not able to get by the defender there. And it's going to be 2nd and 13.
Yeah, Ed Gordon, the backup, came in for that one. He gets tripped up in the backfield. And, again, Nebraska, this time they're starting on 2nd down there behind the 10 yards. So let's see what they can pull off.
High formation. Fountain going to hand it off. Trying to go to the outside. Bronco fights off the first tackle, but this momentum carries him out of bounds. And it's going to be 3rd and 14 here for Nebraska, who gets the big play down to the 10, and now they're going backwards in the red zone. Fountain back to pass. Steps up, throws it for the end zone, and knocked away. Great defensive play back there by Tanner Quirk. And Florida is going to force the field goal attempt.
Well, it's just good red zone defense by the Gators there. They let Nebraska drive the field, but when they got down there inside the 20, they tightened up. They're going to force them to go for 3.
And the field goal is up and good as the left-footed Gordon Yelkich, brother of Matt's former quarterback, Griffin, and he gets his first field goal of the season. Now the Gators are going to come out on offense as Dakota Wolf gets hit hard there on the return. Elijah James making the tackle. Here comes Matthias St. John, the junior quarterback, had 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions a season ago, only 1,941 yards passing to go with 747 rushing. And we'll see what they get going here. St. John in the shotgun, going to go read option, takes it straight up the middle, but then runs into the defender, Austin Blair, and he'll pick up only 2.
But running this air raid scheme, Mike, Florida is, and they're spreading everybody out. We see, St. John, we know he likes to run the ball, just couldn't get the momentum going that time.
Shotgun here, 4 wide. Bentley Jones to the left. They're going to hand it off to him on the draw play. Goes straight to the middle, tries to jump and hurdle. He fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Rocky Conlon. Big turnover there by Florida.
What a hit. Turned the man upside down, and I think he fumbled midair, Mike. I mean, that was, yes, he did. That was, wow.
Ill-advised jump there as Bentley Jones tries to hurdle the traffic, gets upended, and loses the ball. And Johnny on the spot there is Rocky Conlon, who comes up with the fumble recovery. So Nebraska up 3-0 already. Is going to start with the ball at their own or at the Florida 21. They'll hand it off. Bronco trying to go to the outside, cuts in inside the 21, and he'll pick up 2.
Nebraska right back in business again. They were held to 3 last time. This Florida Gator defense didn't get much of a rest. They're asked to come out and stop them again.
Interesting formation here for the Cornhuskers. Fountain in the shotgun, going to drop back to pass, throws it over the middle on a crossing route to Bradley Rehnquist, and he'll pick up 5 to set up a 3rd and 4.
Rehnquist early here in his career showing to be very sure-handed. You know, he had coverage on him right there, but he never heard the footsteps.
3rd and 4 here for Nebraska as they're trying to capitalize on that turnover. They'll hand it off, go straight up the middle to the walk-on, or actually that was Casey Bronco, but he's not going to get the first. I don't know if I love that call there, Matt.
No, I don't, but they're going to go for it on 4th. You know, I don't expect him to go back to Bronco again. Maybe a play-action pass.
They go under center, and they give it right up the middle. That time it's Gordon, and Gordon powers it home and picks up the first.
Well, I mean, it's a smart call right there. You'd think Florida would be looking for it, but Nebraska just powers through.
High formation, 3 tight ends out there again. They're going to hand it off right up the middle. Bronco fighting hard as he'll get inside the 5, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
And I like what Nebraska's doing right here. Now they're just trying to grind down this Florida defense, trying to wear them out inside the red zone.
Fountain going under center again. Strong formation, Twins left, up the middle, and Gordon gets walloped by Wyatt King.
Wyatt King does a great job right there. He reads the run very well, comes through, just puts, helmet on helmet contact right there and drops it.
Thought you were going to say helmet on helmet crime for a minute. 3rd and goal. Weak formation, Twins right. Pitch it. Trying to get to the outside and turning it into the end zone. Touchdown, Casey Bronco.
Well, just great blocking, sets him up to the outside right there. Fullback comes over, picks up that lead block for him out there on the edge, and Bronco could walk that thing in.
So Nebraska does indeed capitalize on the turnover from Bentley Jones, who fumbled the ball trying to hurdle a gaggle of defenders. And Nebraska jumps on top of it. They get 7 points off of it, and they're up 10-0 here early in this one here at the Swamp in Gainesville. That kick is going to be fielded and kneed in the end zone by Dakota Wolf, and we'll see what Florida can do here on their 2nd drive.
Well, maybe Bentley Jones doesn't try to jump over the defender this time. That would be a good idea, but Florida just needs to settle down and get a drive going.
Aaron Goville screen pass, and Matthias St. John just dumps it onto the turf, incomplete.
Well, he felt the pressure coming, and he got rid of it really quick. Just a really poor pass out there to the flat.
I think he was just trying to avoid the sack maybe, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. Tight end coming in motion here, going right to left. St. John back pass, going to take off and scramble, got a little bit of room on the outside, going to get the first down, still on his feet, down near the 50-yard line before he's rode out of bounds by Aaron Josephs. Big run there by St. John.
Now that's a good job there. He sees the pressure coming up the middle, cuts it outside. Almost waits too late, but he's able to get to the sideline, gets a lot of yards. Florida, all right, they're getting towards the middle of the field. They're getting a drive going.
Alan Irvin might need to up his blocking awareness there. If he holds that block, maybe St. John is gone. Pistol formation, 2 tight ends to the right, and they're going to hand it off to Jones. Going to go that way. No hurdle this time, although he does somersault a little bit there as he goes down.
Aaron Joseph's in on that one, it looked like. Bentley Jones taking some hard licks early tonight.
2nd and 4. Shotgun here for the Gators, and they're going to go midline read. St. John keeps it himself. Straight up the middle, still fighting hard. And he gets taken down again by Joseph, but another 14-yard run by Matthias St. John.
Matthias St. John using his legs a lot on this drive, and it's working for him.
1st and 10, ball at the 32. And they're going to go read option again, taking on the outside. St. John, he's got some room. One guy to beat inside the 10, down at the 7. Another 25-yard run for Matthias St. John.
I tell you what, Nebraska's going hard after Bentley Jones, and Matthias St. John is reaping all the benefit from it right now, Mike.
Well, they're using it a lot, and right now Nebraska doesn't have an answer for it. And they've got down to the 7-yard line. We'll see if they can punch it in. Jimmy Ward, the backup running back. No, he wasn't in. St. John going to keep it himself, and he does it all the way down the field. Touchdown, Florida.
Well, Matthias St. John took that drive on his own shoulders right there. He got Bentley Jones involved in a couple of runs, but it was almost all read option, almost all St. John just using his will to force his offense down the field to get back into this game.
That was a good description. He willed the Gators into the end zone on that drive, and he pulls them within 3 after that PAT is converted by Anthony Ammon. So now Nebraska, who scored on both of their drives, field goal the first time, touchdown off of the turnover. They're going to get another shot at it, and we'll see what Scott Fountain and company could do. Casey Bronco was a big part of the last drive. This one taken out of the end zone and straight up the middle, fighting hard out there is Trenton Sellers, who gets 28 on the return. There you look at the two offenses right now, pretty even up so far.
Yes, the turnover's the difference in the game right now. Gave Nebraska that great field position. Now, they didn't have a lot of problem getting down inside the red zone on their first drive of the game. Let's see if they have that same success.
Shotgun here for Fountain, going to drop back and pass, fires it over the middle, and that one ripped out of there. Sellers had his hands on it, but the Florida defense rips it out, and it's going to be second down.
So just a good play by Andrew Mock right there to get his hand on that one. Brings up second down.
They'll stay in the shotgun again. Fountain, the pass. Now he's going to try to take off and run, but he runs into Kason Dinwiddie, the 5-star freshman who gets his first sack of his career.
Well, Dinwiddie, shows up there. He sets that edge very well. Fountain, we're used to seeing him take off. Dinwiddie, he did his homework on that, stayed at home, and was able to bring him down in the backfield.
Quite a contrast in physical styles there. 6'7" Dinwiddie, 5'9" Scott Fountain. Schiffer in the backfield. Now he's going to get motioned out to the side of the formation. Fountain's going to throw over to the left and overshoots his receiver. And it's going to be a 3-and-out there for Nebraska. We haven't seen Scott Fountain pass this much before.
Well, and I didn't like that pass much. He's kind of throwing across his body right there. He's kind of stepping away from it. That was going to be hard to complete anyway, and it was a complete overthrow.
This punt going to be fielded at the 38-yard line. Kellen Irvin going to the outside, and he gets grabbed and brought down from behind. Nice tackle there. And Florida's going to start this drive at the 44-yard line. Shotgun. Well, they start out, and Bentley Jones to the left. He'll get the handoff. Goes straight up the middle, and Aaron Joseph's having none of that. It's going to drop him for a 2-yard loss.
And you can't really say enough right now about this Nebraska Cornhuskers defensive line, the way that they are sitting on Bentley Jones. I mean, they're coming after him and not giving him any room, any holes, anywhere to go.
A.W. Thornton gets credit for that tackle for loss. Loss of 2. Ball back to the 46-yard line. Pistol formation, and they're going to hand that one off. Bentley Jones trying to go to the outside. Spins off the first tackle, and then is brought down by Eric Mears. JoJo Salizzi, the first person in, but Mears cleans him up.
Well, it's just speed on this Nebraska defense right now. Bentley Jones, he gets a little bit of space, but it closes quickly.
Shotgun 2x2 set here on 3rd and 11 for the Gators. Halfback screen coming up. They flip it out to Bentley Jones trying to go to the outside, but it gets bottled up. Shalizzi gets in there along with James Thomas, and they bring him down after just a pickup of 3. And I will likely see a punt. We will. Florida is going to punt it away from the Nebraska 42.
Well, it's a smart play. I mean, you have guys call and go for it all the time for stuff like this, but this is a smart play. Pin them deep, force them to drive the field.
Yeah, this is definitely not 2 users on the sticks in Madden. You gotta play smart field position, real football, some would say, and that's what Florida does there by punting it away. It goes through the end zone. So Fountain and company going to start at their own 20-yard line. 2:13 to play here in the first quarter. Fountain back to pass, going to step up, throws it short. Schiffer makes the catch, and he's going to pick up 9.5 before a gang of defenders brings him down.
Well, again, Fountain with the short control throws like that, I think he's going to look a lot better. Fountain, he's an athletic quarterback, not really known for his big arm.
Fountain back to pass here, 2nd and inches, going to the right. Schiffer makes the catch on the sideline before he's pushed out by Dakota Wolf. 15-yard pickup and a Nebraska first down.
Well, that's already 3 passes thrown to Schiffer. It's obvious that Scott Fountain has found a target that he likes there on the sideline.
Well, Schiffer, returning tight end, sophomore at 33 grabs, 248 yards, and 3 touchdowns a season ago, and getting worked here early in this first game of the season. Going to go out to the left there. Sellers makes the catch, but he's quickly brought down. The Nebraska defense rallies as Quirk makes the tackle after a pickup of 1.
All right, well, Florida, they're showing they look good there on that stop. They don't allow that pass to pick up very much. Brings up a long second down.
2nd and 9, Fountain to pass again, looking for Sellers again, but he's not able to bring that one in. And it's going to drop incomplete, so a long 3rd and 9. Nebraska only 2 for 5 on 3rd downs.
Yeah, look for a deep crossing route, something like that, especially over the middle, maybe an out route here against cover 3.
Well, they're going to go halfback screen again, and this one completed. Lots of room on the outside for Casey Bronco, who picks up 17 and will move the chains.
Well, it's a well-called screenplay. You know, we say it all the time. Everybody hates them until they work. And, you know, Bronco does exactly. He gets the block and he needs, gets to the sideline, picks up the first down.
A lot of people complain about those halfback screens, but when you execute like that, it's hard to argue with them. And so far this season, been executed at a pretty decent rate. 1st and 10 here from the Florida 38-yard line. And they're going to hand this one off to Bronco. He's going to go outside, wrapped up and brought down by Andrew Mock after a pickup of 4.
Well, and Bronco's starting to get going again in the running game, you know, picking up 3-4 yards a click. That's all Nebraska can ask from this guy. That keeps him moving down the field.
2nd and 6, I formation. Receiver Tristan Anderson coming in motion. Fountain back to pass, going to go over the middle, finds Anderson. And he's going to get stopped just short of the marker. Not going to give him the first, and it'll be 3rd and inches.
Anderson does a good job of hauling that in. Tried to fight his way to the first down marker, just came up a little short.
Mike King with 5 tackles already here in the first quarter. And handoff here, Bronco trying to go outside. Kason Dinwoody not having any of that. He's going to make the stop, and it's going to be 4th and 1.
He just reaches that big ham hock out there and grabs him and drops him in the backfield.
Oh, Bronco saw him, tried to cut back inside, but Dinwoody having none of it. So it's going to be 4th and 1, and Nebraska's going to go for it. They converted it the first time they went for it on 4th down. What will they do here? Schiffer coming in motion, going left to right. Play fake, Fountain to pass. Looking deep. Now he's going to check it down underneath. Schiffer makes the catch, steps out after a pickup of 9. And that's how we end the first down, or the first quarter rather, with a first down on a 4th down conversion. You're watching Nebraska and Florida here on YouTube Live in the CFSL. Start of the second quarter, and they're going to dump that one out to the flat. Trenton Sellers going to make the catch, but he's brought down by Quirk after no gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 10, ball just outside of the 20, so not a red zone attempt yet for the Cornhuskers. Handoff, no, play fake, read option. Fountain's keeping himself, but he runs into John No, who wasn't going to let him get away. A short gain there, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Well, John No says no. It's really great contained there by Florida to keep Fountain under control.
Shotgun 3 wide here on 3rd and 7 for Nebraska. They're going to hand it off on a draw play to Broncos. Got one man to beat, runs through Mock, but then gets brought down from behind. And they're not going to get the first down. They're going to settle for the field goal attempt here as Jelkic comes on for his 2nd attempt of the night.
Yeah, and you know, another good hold by the Florida defense.
And he does knock that one home. So as Matt said, the defense holds to a field goal attempt, so they're down 6. Touchdown puts them in the lead. Although their offense has been a little inconsistent so far. Dakota Wolf trying to get to the outside and wrapped up and brought down as he crosses the 35 by Eric Mears. And so here you look at the Cornhuskers coming onto the field. They got 81 yards of offense, averaging 7 yards per play is the Nebraska offense. But Florida coming out onto the field now. They'll start at the 35. Shotgun formation here for St. John. He'll drop back to pass, 4-man rush, tries to take off and run, and he gets bottled up and brought down by Aaron Josephs.
Well, just another good job. He tries to do that turnaround, tries to take off, and Nebraska is having none of it. They keep their spacing pretty good up front, and they're able to drop St. John quick.
Well, Josephs 7 sacks a season ago as a freshman, and he's starting off with a productive night tonight. He did have a fumble recovery for a touchdown last season, so I'm sure he'd like to repeat that performance as well. Pass to the right, that one is caught. Kellen Irvin on the sideline, picks up 17, and a Florida first down.
Oh, it does a nice little tap dance move there on the sideline, keep those feet in. We see that a lot with these big-name receivers.
Yeah, he lunges out with his left foot, drags the toe with his right foot, and gets the first down. Ball it to the 47 now of the Gators. 3-3-5 defense here for Nebraska. Handoff, and going straight up the middle is Bentley Jones. He gets wrapped up and brought down there. Rocky Conlon, who recovered the fumble earlier, makes the tackle for loss.
Yeah, he does a good job there. He sees Bentley Jones taking off, just wraps him up from behind. Second 11 for the Gators.
They'll come out with 3 receivers to the left. Bentley offset to the right. And he's going to stay in the block. St. John going to take off and run. He's got a little bit of room. Oh, cut block out there. Freed up some room. And St. John will pick up 16 and the first down.
And Matthias St. John, again, the time we saw Florida drive the ball down the field, it was like St. John put it on his shoulders, put it on his back, and he did it again on that play.
I'm pretty sure Cam Johnson should have drawn a penalty for their clipping there, but no flag. And it's going to be a first down here for the Gators as they're inside the Nebraska 40. Read option, St. John going to keep it again. Oh, and he just spikes his way through Shalizzy. And then Ray Tate will bring him down. Another first down for the Florida QB.
Well, that was one more of a stiff arm on Shalizzy right there. That's not a small guy. He's, knocking in the head. But, hey, Matthias St. John able to pull it off.
JoJo Shalizzy, 5'10", 205. A little ball of thunder and fire out there. Hand off to Bentley Jones. Fights off the first tackle, which was Shalizzy. And guess who? Aaron Joseph's in there along with Elijah James to make the tackle.
Well, and again, Bentley Jones is having a hard time. 6 rushes, 4 yards so far tonight. Having a hard time getting going because of this Nebraska defense.
Well, we called for Bentley Jones to get the ball all last season. They started to a little bit late, and then now they're coming back out throwing the ball a lot. St. John doing much of the hard work. Pass over the middle. Kellen Irvin getting down inside the 10, his second catch of the game.
Well, Kellen Irvin's had 40 catches, 446 yards last season, and 5 touchdowns. The guy, he was kind of one of their go-tos for the Gators on offense, and tonight starting right where he left off.
Early in the second quarter still, Nebraska up by 6, but in danger of giving up the lead here. St. John back to pass. Going to fire it to the left, caught by Tyler Wilson, who will pick up 5 inside the 5-yard line.
And Florida continues to use the pass here. This time it's just a short little hitch route to Tyler Wilson. He catches it, looks it in, knows that there's contact probably coming, able to hold on to it. 2nd and 5 for the Gators.
They will be lined up just outside of the 5-yard line, so it's not officially an and goal. Well, it should be an and goal, but it says 2nd and 5. Maybe the truck has got it wrong. Either way, shotgun formation. They're going to go read option. St. John fights off the first guy, and then he gets drilled, but gets into the end zone. Shalizzy wallops him, but actually knocks it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, he paid for it, but he got the points right there. Matthias St. John a little slow getting up from that one. Shalizzy laid a good lick on him, but I tell you what, he got the ball across the plane.
Almost looked like he got knocked out there, and the ball just fell across the line. Big hit there, but St. John able to hold on to it. He gets the touchdown, puts Florida up 14-13 here with 5:52 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Florida's hanging tough. Nebraska started out quick with a 10-point lead. They've managed to get 3 more points since then, and Florida has come back to take a 1-point lead.
Seller is going to take this one out of the end zone. Tired of taking knees, and he'll take it out 30 yards, so a nice return there by the Nebraska receiver. So now Nebraska trailing here, even though it's only by 1. We'll see if it changes up what they're doing. They have been fairly run heavy, although they've passed it quite a bit too. And they go out to the right. Bradley Rehnquist on the slant route picks up 3.
That was just a quick route. The slant, waits for him to get right off the block and make his cut. Fountain hits him right in the chest. Florida does a good job not letting him get any yards after the catch, though.
Fountain buckles up his chin straps, goes under center, hard count. Going to bring Schiffer in motion, going left to right. And they play fake at the Bronco. Pass over to the right. Schiffer makes the catch. He's got the first down out to the 48.
Well, that's a nice run on the out route right there. And this, again, just cuts it right upfield like we saw earlier in the game. He knows right where he is. He doesn't have to watch the line. Florida does a good job. Tanner Quick is the one who brings him down on that play. But, hey, I tell you what, Schiffer, he's getting hit early and often, and it's working for Nebraska.
Well, Fountain last season, only 139 attempts. I think he's going to go well past that this season if this game's any indication. Read option. Fountain going to keep it himself, but he's caught and brought down by J.R. Kent after a short gain.
And Fountain, he's able to break tackles. He's stronger than he looks for a guy his size, but tonight Florida's done a pretty good job of when he tries to run, corralling.
About 911 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns a season ago, was second in the league in rushing. And they are not using that aspect of his game much tonight. Handoff, Bronco trying to go to the outside. Dakota Wolf there to make the tackle, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
Well, medium third down here for Nebraska. This offense, they got good field position early, and they haven't looked bad all night, but they've not really pushed the ball so far.
Fountain to pass on third down, goes over the middle, finds his tight end Schiffer again, who picks up 7, and the Cornhuskers move the chains.
And that's 6 catches, 70 yards for Schiffer so far. I mean, he's just been the main target for Scott Fountain.
6 of the 13 completions have gone to Schiffer. Fountain to pass again, blitz coming, going to dump it off to the left. And that one is caught on the sideline, stepping out of Zyrock Young after a gain of 3.
Yeah, and, brings it, it's okay. It's like a run on first down. I don't mind that play. Maybe see Bronco maybe on a draw, something like that here.
Receiver comes in motion. Fountain to pass, going to check it down underneath as Sellers makes the catch. He'll pick up 12, and Nebraska moves the chains.
And this is where Scott Fountain does his best work in these short to intermediate routes that are controlled.
Pistol formation now with 3 wide. 3 yards away from the red zone. They're going to go read option again. Fountain trying to go to the outside, and he gets wrapped up and brought down by Jordan Earp on a loss of 4.
Jordan Earp reads that very well. Fountain tries to break to the outside, thinks he might have space, and all he sees is number 82 coming dead at him.
Well, Fountain, as we mentioned, a big part of his game last season was his speed and ability to run. And again, we haven't seen that a whole lot. The few times we have, Florida's been able to shut it down. Schiffer coming in motion here. Fountain back to pass. Going to take off and run again, and Dinwiddie grabs him from behind. That's going to count as a sack. That's his second of the first half.
Yeah, 5 tackles, 3 for loss, and 2 sacks for Dinwiddie. He just comes off his block and grabs Fountain from behind. Doesn't allow him to get going. Just a nice athletic play for the big man.
So 3rd and 15, a ball at the 29-yard line of the Gators. Home crowd getting fired up here. Fountain back to pass. Going to go over the middle, but he goes short, and he gets rocked by Wyatt King. That's Schiffer again, and it's going to be 4th and 8.
They're going to force the field goal here from Nebraska. Try to, take a 2-point lead here.
Yelkich for his 3rd attempt of the game and of his career. The freshman knocks that one home. He's a perfect 3 for 3, and Nebraska has the lead with 3:03 to play in the first half.
It's not a bad drive by Nebraska. They weren't able to cash it in, and they haven't been able to besides that one drive this whole game. But they continue to drive the field on Florida.
Want to give a shout out to everybody in chat right now. Cope, Jonah, Ray Tate, Hunky Dory, Levi Thames. Who else we got? Hex, Eric Mears, Malik Harris, Fowler, and who else? Come on, you're not talking. Josh Clayton, Tom Pence, and anybody else. We're glad you're tuning in here to wrap up the CFSL's week 1 here. Shalizzi coming up and laying the hit on Matthias St. John after a pickup of 1, although he does hit 100 yards.
He does, but, he read that midline read. Shalizzi did very well, comes up and puts a big hit again on Matthias St. John.
Chalk Talk, what is up? You can go to the website, collegesimleague.com, and find a link to join our Discord on there. Probably the easiest way to join. Triple option here. St. John going to keep it himself. He's got some blockers. Shalizzi can't make the tackle. And finally brought down by James Thomas. Another 17-yard run for the Florida QB.
James Thomas probably saves a touchdown right there just by, wrestling him down to the ground after the first contact from Shalizzi. Matthias St. John is using his legs to great effect tonight.
He's definitely looking about as good as we've seen him running the ball so far in his career. 3rd season in the league. Handoff here, Bentley Jones, and Aaron Josephs brings him down after a short game.
And they've got to keep going to Bentley Jones, if nothing else, to keep this Nebraska defense honest so that opens up those opportunities for St. John to take off.
300-yard games a season ago for Matthias St. John, and he tries to go up the middle. Shalizzi is going to get him. It's going to be a gain of 4, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4 with under 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
Well, a nice short passer, a slant to Kellen Irvin, anything like that. Looks like they've got him lined up in cover 2 here.
St. John to pass here, 3rd and 4. He's going to take off and run. Got some room on the outside. Cuts inside down, inside the 35 to the 33, where Josephs will bring him down. 16-yard gain for Florida.
And Matthias St. John says, why would I throw it when I can just run it right here? And he does exactly that. Picks up another first down for the Gators.
Well, last season against LSU, St. John ran for 173 yards and a pair of touchdowns in the surprise upset win by the Gators, 31-13. Over LSU, and he's off to another performance like that here. Pass over the middle as he was looking for Tyler Wilson, but broken up by the Nebraska defense.
Eric Mears tries to dive and crab that, get the interception. He's not able to hold on to it.
2nd and 10, the Snugs formation from the shotgun. And St. John's going to dump that one off to the right. Shalizzi's right there to bring down Bentley Jones. No gain, and this can bring up a long 3rd down.
Well, Shalizzi, just like a heat-seeking missile right there, was reading that little flat route to Jones. He allowed him to catch it and then just lowered the boot.
1 for 2 on 3rd downs is Florida. They're going to bring Kellen Irvin in motion to the left. A lot of times that means halfback screen to the right. They're letting time tick away. There goes the screen. They're going to dump it off to Bentley Jones. He's got a block. He's got room inside the 20. Spins his way down to the 6-yard line. Big gain there by Bentley Jones.
Just great block and set up by the Gators offense right there. And Matthias St. John does a good job of waiting to throw it.
Speed option coming up here. Joseph's going to sniff it out and get him for a loss of 1.
Yeah, Matthias St. John really didn't have anywhere good to go with that. Probably good just to hold on to that ball and take the hit.
50 seconds on the clock. They give it to Bentley Jones, and he gets hit and driven backwards as Rocky Conlon gets in there for the big tackle for loss. So now 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. Florida hurrying up. St. John steps up, tries to run. Conlon gets him, and down he goes for a sack. And the Florida drive is going to come to a halt.
That was a head-on collision. Conlon and St. John slam into each other. St. John looked like he was going to try to keep running, and then he just fell down.
Well, Conlon sets him up almost, goes to the right, and then St. John's like, oh, I got a hole, cuts back inside and takes him down for the sack. So St. John struggling a little bit late in that drive. Now listen on Anthony Ammon, who was 13 of 17 a season ago on field goal. Sophomore kicker, right-handed, going to set up from the left hash mark for a 30, probably 4-yard field goal is what they'll officially call it. He's going to let this run down as far as he can before he kicks it. They don't want to give Nebraska back the ball. Florida will start with the ball to start the second half, though, so they have an opportunity to have the lead along with starting with the ball in the second half. Here comes the snap. It's down, the kick is up, and it's good. Florida with the lead, 17-16 as we head to the half. And the Gator and their fans are all pretty excited with that opening half of football. It was pretty good. Nice back and forth game.
It was, and Matthias St. John is playing some hero football right now. He doesn't want to see his team go down. He doesn't want to see his team lose. You also got to give the Florida Gators defense some credit. They've allowed Nebraska to drive somewhat between the 20s, but they've held them to field goals 3 times. Nebraska's got to find a way on offense to push that thing through and get a touchdown, create some distance between them and Florida. Other than that, though, it's been a very evenly matched game. We see the one fumble, but other than that, we haven't seen a lot of mistakes. So it's, I think this one may go down to the wire.
Well, you're right. It's nice to get points, even if it's 3 points. But if you constantly get field goals when you're down inside opponent's territory, that can come back to bite you. And right now, it is a little bit, as Florida was able to get the lead there. You take a look at the stats here at the half, and they're pretty even. 195 yards of offense for Nebraska, 203 yards of offense for Florida. Now, Nebraska does have the time of possession lead, and the turnover for Florida kind of plays into it. But you got to give credit to Florida. They're losing time of possession, and they turn the ball over, and they still got the lead.
Yeah, you got to give them credit. They're fighting hard right now. And again, it's early. Here, it's just one half of the season gone by, but Matthias St. John is playing like a man possessed right now, especially the way he's looked in this game.
Can he keep it going for the entire game? That is going to be the question. As this kick going to be fielded inside the end zone, taken out by Dakota Wolf up the right side, or right hash rather, and he gets driven down at the 35. So nice return there, and decent field position coming up for Florida to start this drive. Casey Bronco got the scoring started in the first half. Matthias St. John, though, he, as Matt said, kind of put the team on his shoulders. A couple of touchdown runs in the first half. That one by Shalizzi. He's probably going to feel that one in the morning if he's not already. Florida starting the drive at the 35. They'll come out in the pistol formation. 2 backs, 3 wide. And they're going to hand this one off to Dane Jones, trying to go to the outside. Cuts back inside. Conlon is there to meet him, along with Case Blazer.
Well, I tell you what, the thing with it is here is that Bentley Jones, as the game goes on, I think that run is going to get better for him. They've got to keep going through it.
Tight end Johnson coming in motion for Florida. St. John back to pass, 4-man rush, going to fire it to the left. Caught and stepping out of bounds, going backwards is Tide Panton. 4-yard pickup. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Looked for the slant over the middle, didn't see what he liked, just checked it down there to Patton on the outside.
Blitz coming, it looks like, from Nebraska. They're showing it at least. Blitz is coming. They give it to Jones right up the middle, but the blitz eats it up. And that's going to be a loss of downs. Great job there by the Nebraska defense. And they're going to force a 4th and 2 here near midfield.
Well, Jones needs to cut to the right there, but his lineman gets pushed back into him, and he's not able to do it.
So Florida will punt this one away. And Nebraska's going to get their first shot at it here in the second half. This one straight down the middle, going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. As Zyrock Young picking up 10 on the return. What did you think overall of Nebraska's offense in the first half, Matt?
I thought it was competent. I thought it was pretty good in spots, but they're not going for the jugular. They're not going for the kill on these drives, and I think it may end up costing them.
Strong formation to the right, Twins left. Going to hand it off to Casey Bronco, and he gets bottled up and taking out Wyatt King, getting in there for the tackle for loss. His 8th tackle already in the game.
Yeah, Wyatt King, who was a Defensive Player of the Year nominee last season, coming out, balling out again here in game 1.
2nd and 12 from the 30-yard line. Pistol formation for Scott Fountain. And he's going to hand this one off again. Straight up the middle goes Bronco, but 5 defenders for Florida swarm and bring him down, and that's going to be 3rd and 9.
It's just that gang mentality of getting him down. You know, they don't allow Bronco any room, and they make sure they got enough guys to take him down.
Under center goes Scott Fountain with 4 receivers. He'll drop back, checks it down short to the left, but going to be short of the marker as Trenton Sellers makes the grab. But quick pursuit there by the Florida defense, and they're going to force Nebraska to punt.
And we talk about it a lot, Mike. You've got to know where you are on the field. He's 1 yard short of the marker. If he runs that route just a little bit deeper, he can have a first down, and that drive keeps moving.
Well, we see that a lot from the young quarterbacks in this league, and unfortunately it bites Nebraska there. Kellen Irvin trying to go to the outside, might have cut back inside too early, but he still gets a nice 14-yard return there. And now we'll see what the Gators can do on their second possession of the second half, up by 1. And they'll come out in the shotgun with 4 receivers. They'll hand it off on the draw play. Bentley Jones got a little bit of room. Oh, and he takes a big hit there by Ray Tate after a pickup of 7.
Well, Ray Tate does a good job of stopping. I thought Bentley Jones might be off to the races there, and Ray Tate comes in and says, "No, sir, I don't believe I will." Just drops him with the big hit.
So a nice run there. I think it's going to benefit Florida if they get Bentley Jones going, especially the way that Matthias St. John has been running the ball tonight. Shotgun, bunch to the right. St. John's going to pass, 3-man rush. He'll take off and run, but he gets met in the middle by A.W. Thornton and dropped for a loss of 4.
The big man doing his job right there, just eating up blockers. You see he's double teamed right there. St. John goes to take off. Thornton sees it, keeps his head up, and drops him.
What do you think his food bill is per month?
High.
Yes, he's got a little bit of girth on him.
He's a good-sized boy.
Yeah, I think his legs are the size of some small children.
Or bigger.
Maybe definitely thicker.
Oh, yeah.
3rd and 7 here for Florida. Low snap, halfback screen, going to dump it off. Bentley Jones going to the outside. He's got the first down, fighting through a tackle, picking up 12 as Florida moves the chains.
Well, they do a good job there just getting him out of bounds. Bentley Jones was going to fight off that tackle. They just, Nebraska does a good job of pushing him out.
James Thomas, the one not able to bring him down there. St. John the throw again, going to air it out to the left. Wide open receiver on the sideline. Sean Clark making the catch, picking up 21 for the walk-on.
Yeah, and Sean Clark does a good job knowing where he's at on the sideline there, and St. John delivers the dime to him.
I feel like the coaches in this league do a really good job of teaching the toe tap on the sideline.
They're going to look at this one.
Well, we'll see. Maybe they didn't teach him well enough. Yeah, he has 0 feet in.
No, he had.
Apparently, they need to teach the sideline official to get some new glasses.
Review the play. The ruling on the field stands.
And the replay official also needs some new glasses, as they're going to call that a catch. And there was 0 chance that was a catch, in my estimation. Pistol formation here for St. John. Going to hand it off. Bentley Jones going to the left. Got some blocking. Runs through 1 defender. And then Shalizzi will make the tackle just short of the first down marker.
Well, you know, and Florida benefits from a call right there. But what do? They come out, they hand it to Bentley Jones again. The guy who's getting bottled up early in the game, now he's starting to enforce his will. He's getting stronger as the game goes on.
Well, they let the quarterback wear him down, and now their big running back's going to come in and reap the benefits, it seems like. 2nd and inches here for Florida. They got 3 wide to the left. They're going to hand it off right up the middle to the walk-on Jimmy Ward, who will pick up 4 in the first down.
And that's what Florida wants to do. You know, they want to run the ball. They want to use St. John. They want to use Bentley Jones. They've got receivers out there that they can throw to, but their bread and butter is running the football.
Going to stay in the shotgun, using that a lot in the spread offense. Switch from the air raid to season to go. Handoff right up the middle, and Bentley Jones going to go down after a pickup of 4.
Well, and again, Bentley Jones, it's only 13 rushes, 26 yards. But considering how bottled up he was in the first half, he's making progress here, and he's wearing this Nebraska defense down.
Shotgun again, read option. This time, St. John on his feet and then brought down. Nice tackle there by Elijah James. Stops him just short of the marker. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
James does a good job of hanging on to him. Matthias St. John did everything he could to fight for that first, just wasn't able to get it.
Empty backfield on 3rd and 1. Maybe a quarterback draw coming up. Blitz shown here by Nebraska, but they'll back out of it. No, they do bring one. Throw to the right and not able to hold on to that one was Malik Harris. First target, and he gets hit and drops it. And so they're going to send Ammon on again for a 2nd field goal attempt of the night.
Yeah, you know, and he had 2 guys open. I think he just picked the wrong target there.
I would not disagree with that sentiment. Field goal is good, so Florida extends their lead 20-16, 4:31 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
All right, and it's been a close game, back and forth the whole time. Nebraska, though, they've kicked 3 straight field goals. They haven't scored a touchdown in a while. They, you know, if they want to get going here in the second half, they've got to complete a drive. They've got to get 6 points.
Trenton Sellers, nice return there. You look at St. John, hasn't thrown the ball a whole lot, but he's been effective running the ball. But now we'll see Scott Fountain, a little 5'9" quarterback, who's dwarfed in some ways by his running back, Casey Bronco. Midline read, but Barkevius Oswald having none of that.
Well, Mount Oswald, as they call him, 29 tackles, 17 for loss, and 7 sacks last season. He wrangles down Scott Fountain.
I think he's going to have a good season with Dinwiddie over there, helping to force some of those plays back inside to him. Although you can't argue with the production Muhammad Jabbour had here at Florida. Fountain's going to take off and run with it. Wyatt King makes the tackle after a pickup of 5 on the scramble, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
That was a dangerous spot for Florida to be in because they whiffed on Fountain in the backfield, and guys were out of position, but they did a good job of recovering and holding him in.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to let that guy run free in the secondary. He's going to take off and run again. He's got a little bit of room, but he'll slide under the waiting arms out there of the defender. I think that was Jordan Earp. First down out to the 45.
Yeah, and that was just kind of a funny slide by Fountain. He held the ball out behind him in one hand.
Pass to the right, caught on the sideline. Leonard Gibbs making the catch and picking up 6, the walk-on, making his presence felt.
Well, now Scott Fountain seeing that he knows he has to get this offense down the field, taking it on himself a little bit.
Under center, Fountain, 5-step drop, going to take off and run. And he goes to the outside, picks up a block, and then slides again down at the 37. Another nice game for the Nebraska quarterback.
Well, Scott Fountain, he's the thing you can't account for is that mobile quarterback. You drop back in coverage, you try to get to him, but if he takes off, he can be hard to deal with.
Halfback, or wide receiver screen rather. Trent Sellers on the outside, but that gets eaten up out there by the Florida defense, and it's going to be 2nd and 11.
Well, you know, it's a change of pace play. I don't mind them trying it right there, but Florida's just too good in coverage on it, and it goes absolutely nowhere.
So loss of 1 on the screen. Going to bring up 2nd and 11. Ball at the 39-yard line. Fountain in the pistol, 3 wide. Tight end offset to the right. Going to go read option. Fountain taking it, trying to go to the outside, and gets laid out by Andrew Mock.
I tell you what, man, Morris King, the fullback, missed a block out there. Didn't get there quick enough, and ended up getting his quarterback slammed.
Well, a lot of quarterbacks, running backs, get a lot of credit for picking up yards, but the blockers downfield, if they don't create blocks, it's hard to get yards. And they missed the block there, and the quarterback paid the price for it. 3rd and 9, empty backfield here for Fountain. 4-man rush, firing it over to the left and overshoots his receiver by about 10 yards. He has 6, Matt, but misfired.
Oh, he had him there, man. He had the guy. Overshot it. Going to have to try to settle for a long field goal this time.
53-yarder here by Gordon Yelkich. He's got the leg. He's got the accuracy. He's got 3 points on the board for Nebraska.
Well, and that's 4 for 4 tonight so far for Gordon Yelkins. He's having a heck of a night for a kicker.
Well, he's maybe learned a little bit of football from his brother, Griffin. Griffin was a Player of the Year candidate and a championship-winning quarterback at Auburn.
Yes, he was.
Matt's very fond of his former quarterback. He's had 2 very notable quarterbacks at Auburn. Blake Moon, who has a brother in the league now, and Griffin Yelkich, who has a brother in the league. And
Yes.
so if nothing else, Auburn is
It's an extended Auburn family.
yes, there you go. Handoff up the middle. Bentley Jones only able to pick up 2 as Florida starts the drive.
All right, so, Nebraska, they get the field goal, but they're still behind by 1. Florida, here late in the second quarter, I'd like to see him use Jones some more and try to wear this defense down.
Sounds like a broken record. We were saying that all last season. Halfback screen. They are going to Bentley Jones there, but he gets stood up there as Austin Blair is the first man in and leaves him hanging for Eric Mears. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Eric Mears comes through and just headhunts him on that one.
3rd and 4. Shotgun. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. St. John, hard count, high snap. He'll take off and run. Goes to the right. Makes one guy miss, and Schlizzy comes in there to make the tackle, but another 15-yard pickup for St. John.
He jukes him out of his shoes right there. I mean, the guy just dives and can't find him. Schlizzy, comes up with the big hit, but Matthias St. John, 3rd and 4, we got to get it. I'll get it myself.
Yeah, he's definitely put this offense on his back, and he is having an impressive performance. Shotgun, 4 receivers and a snugs look, 4 down linemen. St. John going to run again, slips off the first guy, and then a gang of defenders brings him down, but he still manages to pick up 1.
Yeah, he had to fight through a lot of contact on that one, but credit to Nebraska's defense. They do a good job. They're starting to try to corral that runner, at least they did on that play.
149 yards for St. John, the 3rd highest total of his career. Got a 2nd and 9 here. Just over a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Come out in the shotgun low snap. This time steps up, going to try to take off and run, but down he goes. Aaron Josephs getting in there again for his 2nd sack of the night.
Yeah, 4th tackle for loss. He waits too long right there. Joseph has got, he's getting past the block. Matthias St. John senses it, but he waits a step too late, and Joseph's able to get behind him and take him down before he could even get going.
Joseph's having a big start to his sophomore season. Came on late last season, and he is picking up where he left off, as Matt said earlier, 7 sacks last season. He also had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Big player on defense. 3rd and 11, going to go with the halfback screen, and that one is not going to go anywhere as that one gets brought down. James Thomas shutting that one down, and Florida's going to have to punt.
Well, Nebraska just sniffed that one out very well. They've seen Bentley Jones have some success on that screen, so they were looking for it right there, kept guys at home. Going to force the Gators to punt.
I'm trying to figure out what the crowd is chanting. We want something. And I can't figure it out. Punt going to be fielded at the 17-yard line. And bottled up as Irock Young gets hit and flies backwards. Still picks up 10. And now Nebraska with an opportunity to take the lead.
Well, yeah, Nebraska does a good job. They get the stop that they have to get. And they're going to go in here late in the 3rd, going into the 4th quarter with the ball with a chance to take that lead.
Maybe they were saying, we want Hex. We want Hex. Could be. Well, no, Casey Bronco gets the ball there, though, as he picks up 13 and moves the chains.
Well, again, nice run by Nebraska. We said it about Bentley Jones on the other side. Now we're going to see it out of Casey Bronco, starting to tire this Florida defense out.
Play fake there. Quick pass to the right. Schiffer makes another grab as he's ridden out of bounds by John No. 15-yard pickup, 8 grabs, 92 yards for Schiffer.
Yeah, Schiffer, having a heck of a game tonight. Scott Fountain knows he can trust him. Had good luck with him last year when he did pass. And Schiffer, he's been very reliable all night long.
Well, this is only the 2nd time in Scott Fountain's career that he's hit 200 yards passing. He had 257 yards in the win over USC a season ago. He's got 200 tonight. Hand this off to Bronco. Tries to go out the outside and will get stopped. That's how we'll end the 3rd quarter. We got a great one here in Gainesville. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the 4th quarter. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. Start of the 4th quarter And they're going to start it off as Nebraska by handing it off to the walk-on Ed Gordon, who takes it to the left side and will pick up 6. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 here. Manageable situation here for Nebraska.
You know, and he's been looking for Schiff a lot, and that's what they call him in chat, is Schiff. You know, he's looking for him a lot in these situations.
Fountain to pass here. Now he's going to take off and run. Got a little bit of room. He'll pick up the first down hit and spinning forward to the 25, Scott Fountain.
And when I think of Scott Fountain from last season, that's what I think of, is him taking those hits and spinning forward to pick up extra yards.
Well, St. John ran the ball a lot in the first half. Scott Fountain's running it more here in the second half. Kind of a contrast in styles. Screen pass to the outside to the wide receiver Sellers, who's only able to pick up 2.
Well, and again, Nebraska, they're getting close to the red zone of Florida. You know, yeah, a field goal can get them a lead right here, you know, but maybe try to put the pressure on the Gators.
Kason Dinwiddie, 7 tackles in his CFSL debut. Shotgun here, Fountain. Got time now. He's going to take off and run. Goes to the left. Now he cuts back inside. He gets the first down, but he pays the price as Wyatt King depletes him.
Wyatt King sat there and waited. Fountain turns upfield, and Wyatt King just unloaded on the little guy.
I think he might be having second thoughts of running towards number 97. He'll hand it off to Casey Bronco here, who puts his head down and fights near the 10-yard line. 5-yard pickup for Bronco, and it's going to be 2nd and 5. Only 47 yards running for Bronco.
No, you know, and Florida's did a good job of holding him under containment, but these halfbacks, as you see, they're starting to have more success running up the middle.
Wyatt King with 12 tackles already tonight. Handoff, Bronco up the middle, got a hole, and he's going to get a first down to the 3, 1st and goal, Cornhuskers.
Well, you know, and Nebraska knocking on the door here, trying to put up their first touchdown since the first quarter, Mike. If they can do that, it puts more pressure on the Gators.
For sure. They could probably go for 2, try to make it a 7-point game, and then the pressure is on Matthias St. John. They're going to hand it off Bronco. Nope, they're going to go read option. Fountain goes outside, cuts back inside, and his good friend Wyatt King there to make the tackle.
Nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide for Scott Fountain. Tried to cut outside, cut back inside, and Wyatt King was waiting on him to drop him.
So it's going to be 2nd and goal now for Nebraska as they try to punch this one in and take the lead. Goal line formation out there for the defense. I formation for the offense. Pitch to the outside. Bronco gets hit. Wyatt King again, his 15th tackle of the game.
Yeah, and that one, he just took his feet out from under him on that hit. If you see it, Mike, he comes in, he hit, wow. I mean, just completely, that's depleted. That's what that is.
Well, that was the walk on Ed Gordon actually getting that one. Bronco back out at halfback for this play. 3rd and goal from the 4. And they're going to go read option again. Fountain trying to go to the outside, cuts back inside. And no, they say he did not get into the end zone. I thought he got it. It's going to be 4th and goal, and Nebraska's going to settle for the field goal.
They're going to take the points here. It gives them the lead. You know, we're in the 4th quarter, but gosh, they're so close.
Well, it looks like somebody jumped there. I think they should have went for it, but now they get a false start. So they're going to go 5 yards back. Actually, probably better for the field goal kicker.
Yeah, it probably is, but
Still 4th down.
I don't blame them for taking the points, but I would have liked to see them go for it.
Especially on the road. You got an opportunity to take a 7-point lead maybe on the road. Why not? You know, but they're going to play it safe here, go for the field goal. And for the 5th time tonight.
Yeah, that's fine.
5th time tonight, Gordon Yelkich makes the field goal. So it's 22-20 Nebraska. 6:20 left to go in this game as we wrap up week 1 in the CFSL's 8th season. As we see Kellen Irvin take that return down the left sideline, picking up 43. So good field position here for Florida as they try to regain the lead here late in this one. Shotgun formation. And they're going to hand it off. Bentley Jones taking to the outside. He's got good blocking. Maybe should have went a little bit further outside as Austin Blair makes the tackle after an 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, it looked like he had a little bit more of a crease outside, but it's still an 8-yard run, 2nd and 2 for the Gators.
Shotgun formation, 2x2 set safety down in the box. For Nebraska, they're going to go read option. Being chased from behind, Shalizzi coming up and making the tackle for no gain, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
And all Shalizzi saw in that was, I've got to get to St. John. He did exactly that.
4 for 9 on 3rd downs in the game. They're coming out the shotgun. They got Jones off to the left. Tight end coming to motion, going right to left. Speed option coming up. He pitches it. Jones got some room. 1 man to beat. Stiff arms his way for a first down. And Florida moves the chains.
And that's the Bentley Jones that we know, Mike. That's the guy that we saw last season who runs with power, who runs with purpose. and he picks up the first down for the Gators.
Shalizzi gets his 10th tackle, but would have liked to make it behind the line. Read option here. St. John running with the ball like a loaf of bread, gets taken down after a short gain.
Well, and again, these offenses have to be tiring out these quarterbacks. St. John moving a step slow now, running the ball. We're almost halfway through the fourth quarter. 2nd and 9 for the Gators.
St. John at the 50, fires it over the middle. That one is caught. Ty Patton picks up 25 down inside the red zone.
Nice little post route there by Patton. He just cuts inside. He finds the hole. It's a great play there by Matthias St. John. He's been running all night, but he can still pass, and he's got the receivers out there.
First down from the 17-yard line. Florida looking to take the lead. Handoff up the middle. Bentley Jones getting down to the 11, picking up 6.
Yeah, doing a good job. Cuts the distance, under half. They're running clock here, Mike. They're down by 2 points. A field goal gives them the lead, so they got to feel like they're in pretty decent shape as long as they don't make a mistake right here. But, they want to put 7 up.
Jimmy Ward gets the handoff, and Shalizzi lays him out for a 1-yard loss. His 2nd tackle for a loss. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
And poor Jimmy Ward, the halfback 2 comes in there, and Shalizzi comes in and just, introduces him to what this game looks like.
So 3rd and 5 here as Florida trying to punch this one into the end zone. They're going to go with the halfback screen. They set it up. Jones had 2 blockers, but they both missed their assignment. And they're not going to get the first down. So Anthony Ammon is going to come on to try to give them another 1-point lead.
Yeah, both those blockers whiff on that screen. I'm not sure he would have got in, but he would have gotten the first down.
Ammon's kick from 27 yards out is good. And Florida has the lead up by 1 with 3:54 to play.
Well, that's a tight game. It's been a tight game all night long. And Nebraska, they get the ball back with a chance. All they need is a field goal. They got 3 timeouts, almost 4 minutes clock.
Well, this is a battle of 2 quarterbacks that aren't necessarily battle tested in these type of games. Neither one of them necessarily has the name of a comeback quarterback, but both of them with an opportunity to make a name for themselves here. Somebody going to make a name for themselves. That's John No as he stops Casey Bronco behind the line for a loss.
Casey Bronco had no chance. He never got out of the gates on that one, and John No does a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down for a 4-yard loss.
Do you ever want to call him Casey Bronco?
I'm having a hard time with Bronco and Bronco.
I know. Bronco, a longtime member here, and I think I've done okay. Bronco stiff-arming Wyatt King there, but then gets brought down. He'll pick up 4, so he gets back what he lost, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 now.
And this is going to be on the arm of Scott Fountain, or if he can get guys to drop far enough back in coverage, maybe Fountain takes off and tries to pick it up.
Nebraska only 6 of 15 on 3rd downs tonight. They're in the shotgun, bunched to the left, solo receiver on the bottom of the screen. Fountain steps up, going to air it out deep to the right, and defended by John No. And Nebraska going to have to punt it away.
John No big on that defensive stand for the Florida Gators, does a good job protecting this 1-point lead. Going to force Nebraska to punt. Now at this point, Nebraska's going to punt. They got to play defense, Mike.
They just need one stop to get the ball back for their offense, or Matthias St. John and company have an opportunity to put this one away. Kellen Irvin's going to take that punt across the 50. So excellent field position here to start this drive for Florida.
Well, they're not very far away. They're within probably 25 yards of a decent field goal attempt. That forces Nebraska into needing a touchdown.
Handoff here, Bentley Jones trying to go to the outside as Austin Blair makes the tackle after a pickup of 2. Now, this is a situation where not running the ball a whole lot in the first half is actually kind of benefiting Florida as Bentley Jones is fresh. We saw some other running backs this week be out of the game. Vidar Loon, the most notable.
Yeah, he missed almost the entire fourth quarter for Florida State. They were still able to pull the win off.
Bentley Jones getting a handoff there. He gets hit hard. Maybe he's wishing he was on the sideline after absorbing that hit. And a short pickup there as Ray Tate lays the lumber. 3rd and 5 now. Nebraska taking their first timeout. Maybe a little bit early on that timeout there, Matt.
It seems a little early, but, I don't know. Well,
it winds up paying off as they get the sack. St. John tries to scramble, gets caught up on his line, and now Nebraska takes their second timeout, 2:12 to play. They got a lot of time, and they're only down by 1.
Yeah, but they're probably going to have some pretty rough field position here, and barring a good return.
Well, they get a good return, breaking loose down the right sideline. Cyrock Young, 31 yards out near midfield.
Zyrock Young, he sees that, cuts inside, cuts back to the out, gives Nebraska what they need.
Fountain to pass here, 2 minutes to go, pass over the middle, and coming down with that one in traffic was Bradley Rehnquist. He makes the catch, but he pays the price.
Well, he has to kind of lean out for that one, gets hung out to dry, and Wyatt King comes through and just bulldozes him.
16 tackles in his opening game for Wyatt King in his sophomore season here in Gainesville. 2nd and 4. King's going to need a few more stops here to prevent the game-winning field goal attempt for Nebraska. Schiffer in motion, Fountain back to pass, 3-man rush, going to dump it off underneath. Casey Bronco makes the catch, picks up 7, and he'll move the chains.
Yeah, and that'll stop the clock for Nebraska right now, allow everybody to set back up. And you got to remember here, if they can get it into a reasonable field goal range, Jokic hasn't missed a field goal all night long.
Well, they only need about 5 yards to get back in his range based on what he hit. He hit a 53-yarder on his last attempt. So we'll see what they can do. Fountain letting some time tick off. They're going to hand this one off. Bronco, he's got 8 more. Call it 9 as J.R. Kent makes the tackle, and now definitely in field goal range is Nebraska.
Oh, they definitely are. It's still, it's still a longer one, but Jokic has showed no problems hitting these things all night.
Fountain back to pass, slant route to the right, hits Cyrock Young. He pays the price as King gets another tackle. But now you just going to want to run out the clock, I would think, Matt.
I think you just want to run here with Bronco. Try not to lose yards and set up a middle of the field goal.
Well, they're going to pass. They go over the middle, and that one off of the hands of Cyrock Young, and that's going to stop the clock, which benefits Florida.
Yeah, and I don't understand the pass here. I don't understand why you don't just run the ball up the middle, force Florida into taking timeouts or do whatever.
Fountain back to pass, 3-man rush, going to take off and run, but he gets hit and taken down at the 30. Going to lose 3. Nebraska going to hurry up to the line. They got to run one more play here. They can't let it time tick away and run out the clock. So I suspect we're going to see him run most of this off, and I would just hand it off, man.
I would hand it off right here and then call a quick timeout.
The fans getting fired up here in Gainesville. They want this defense to come up with a stop, or more so a turnover, just take it completely out of the kicker's hands. And I suspect we're going to see a handoff here right up the middle. Snap should be coming shortly. No, they're going to pass it. They're going with the verticals play, and that one is batted away. Andrew Mock had his hands on it, could have sealed the win by Florida, and instead we're going to see Gordon Jelkic come on for a 47-yard field goal to win the game. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is no good! He pushed it too far to the left. He hasn't missed tonight, and he misses a 47-yarder to win the game and give the win to Florida.
And he almost had it, Mike. It was on line, but like you said, pushed it a little bit too far, and you got to wonder, those 3 yards that they lost on that one play, is that what made the difference?
Could have been. Florida snatches victory from the jaws of defeat and will start the season 1-0 in a fantastic back-and-forth duel with their budding rival in Nebraska.
Wow, it was a great game on both sides. Both offenses have some kinks to work out, but they showed really good flashes. Both defenses, I thought, played very well, especially up front. So both these teams, you don't come out of this, somebody wins, somebody loses, but they both look good enough tonight, and I think they both are on pace to have a good season this year.
Matthias St. John gets your player of the game nod. That's going to do it here for week 1. What an exciting week. A lot of really good, really close games. Pretty much every game outside of the Miami game, which turned into a close one at the end, was right down to the wire. And we expect more good things next week as we start season 2. We'll be back Monday night. Don't have the game yet. Haven't figured out the schedule. Been so busy with opening week. We'll get that out tomorrow at the latest, and you guys can see the schedule for the rest of the season. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Had a great viewership all week long. We'll be back Monday night for the podcast and the opening night game of week 2. For Matt Pack, David Roy, Josh Clayton, Greg Cooksey, and all the other broadcasters, we say thank you, and we'll see you next week.